Sure, I can review a movie starring Aubrey Plaza. What's the worst that could happen? Oh God. Did you feel that chill? Oh God. Oh God. She knows. Hey everybody, Sexy Matt the Pharaoh Wizard here with another indie review, this time doing an indie comedy called The Little Hours.
Bling bling bitch, do my own thing bitch, fuck.
What did I like? What did I dislike? Well, let's talk about it. So Little Hours is brought to us by Jeff Banina, who originally directed Joshi and Life After Beth, which are both kind of indie, small-budget comedies. I haven't seen either of them, so I am unfamiliar with his previous work. So the plot of this movie is a servant is on the run from Lord Ron Swanson, and he comes across a nunnery and seeks shelter in said nunnery. But this nunnery is kind of led by a very loose father, played by John C. Reilly, and kind of the shenanigans that come up with that. And this all takes place in the Middle Ages. So that's your general plot of The Little Hours. So let's talk about the characters. So we have a trio of nuns in this movie, played by Alison Brie, Kate Micucci, and Aubrey Plaza. So Alison Brie plays Sister Alessandra. Now she is like the rich girl, basically. Her father gives a lot of money to the nunnery, and she's just kind of hanging out there until he can pay for her dowry so she can get married, and she really wants to get married. And that's kind of her bit. She does a good job. It's kind of the least crazy out of the trio of nuns, so she's your Mo of your Three Stooges. But she did a pretty good job. And then we got Kate Micucci playing Sister Ginevra. And she's, once again, to her typecast, playing a wide-eyed innocent. Although she does have a fantastic moment. But she is a little bit more of like, oh my god, you guys are doing this? Like more of your straightforward nun and surprised by the things they do. But it's kind of weird because Kate Micucci has been kind of getting out of that role a lot. She used to be seen as very innocent, like she was on Scrubs and played the Gooch and was, just played her ukulele and things. But then she's in this Netflix show where she has a threesome with Malin Ackerman and Orlando Bloom, and she's even naked in this movie, so that's alright. I'm down with that. Work against your typecasting. Good job. And then our last nun is Aubrey Plaza, who plays Sister Frandita. So all cards on the table. Aubrey Plaza scares the shit out of me. She is unhinged, even as her best friend says.
And Aubrey was just, she's like legitimately unhinged in real life.
I've legitimately had bad dreams where she murders me. So she actually scares the crap out of me. I am convinced my last thing I will see in this world is Aubrey Plaza with a knife. So this movie didn't help that. She is constantly threatening people with knives all the time. She was very good. I had some really great lines. But god damn it, she scares the shit out of me, and still in this movie. Yeah, I guess that's all I can say. She was good, though. To her credit, she was good. Still scares the shit out of me. So we have our servant, played by Dave Franco, who played Masetto, and so basically he sleeps with Nick Offerman's wife. And then Nick Offerman finds out about it, chases him out of the castle, and he seeks shelter in this nunnery.
Bring me his goddamn balls.
Preaching to you little bitches.
So, for one, I haven't seen Dave Franco in a lot of things, and I gotta say, he is way less annoying than his brother, so thumbs up there. I enjoyed what he did. He was very much the straight man to Kate and Aubrey, and also John C. Reilly. But he filled a really good niche. It was very believable. I enjoyed him a lot. So yeah, thumbs up to Dave Franco. He did a good job. So I won't go over every single person, so this review isn't super long. But I will say this is a who's who of low-budget comedy, guys. So you got John C. Reilly, Molly Shannon, Fred Armisen, Nick Offerman, Laura Weidman, Paul Reiser, Adam Pawley. There's probably a few others I'm forgetting, but yeah, it's like the who's who of independent comedies, and they all throw in their A game, and they're all fantastic. So what worked well about The Little Hours? Well, the first thing is, even though the trailer has a lot of jokes in it, it doesn't give away all the jokes, which is something I'm always worried about going into a comedy. As well as even the jokes they tell you, the extended theatrical version is way better. So like the scene where the bishop, played by Fred Armisen, is telling the girls about their sins.
Eating blood? Do you think I've ever written down eating blood before? Where am I?
That one in theaters is freaking hilarious. It goes on for way longer, but it's just really funny, and everyone is super deadpan in it, and I think it really worked well, so that was fantastic. And there's just a lot of moments like that where it was mentioned in the trailer, but it's not given away, so you can still enjoy a lot of that. Another thing I really liked is it's got a mix of like modern and old language. You know, some people have an accent, some people don't. It's kind of like this farce where they'll call somebody a douchebag, but it's still like in this time period, but they know, like, don't take it super serious. And I like that. It's kind of just this farce on, an idea of a period film, and kind of, a little back end kind of giving it a kick. People have, their regular accents. No one's, oh, Duff brought down this. But then they say, like, I touched her with my sex kind of thing. So it's kind of a mix of a lot of that. And I like that. It's a nice little nod to everything. And makes a bit of it a farce, which I enjoy. So good job there. Like I said before, with all these people in this movie, everyone came and brought their A game. Everyone is hilarious. I didn't feel like anyone was dragging down the plot. No one was really stand out either. It was all very even and done very well. So again, awesome there. And of course, it pokes a lot of fun at the Catholic Church, which I think is hilarious. I think that's great. So yeah, that was fantastic. But no movie is perfect. Where does The Little Hours fall short? Well, the trailer will lead you to believe this is like a fast, like, knock your socks off, split side, like, laugh riot kind of comedy. But I'd say it's actually more akin to something like Juno or Little Miss Sunshine, where it's got funny moments, but it's not a laugh riot. It's not a Young Frankenstein or like The Hangover. It's slower jokes that depend on, a lot of the delivery, not a lot of fast jokes happening. There is some physical comedy, but again, it's all spread out very far. So if you're coming into this thinking like it's going to be a laugh riot, I'm going to fall out of my seat, you're going to have some problems, and that's where I fell into. I think on a second view, once I've calibrated my expectations, it might be better. And probably will be better, but on first viewing, on what the trailer gave me, I was expecting faster, laugh riot style comedy, and it wasn't that. The other problem is the plot is very thin. It's basically just a way to get Dave Franco into the nunnery, and then we can kind of go on from there. And then it just becomes little moments of like little skits, kind of. And there is an overall driving force, but it kind of goes off the rails sometimes, comes back, and it kind of eventually all ties in at the end. But it's very thin, so you know. But I guess I think that's what they were shooting for. But I just want it to have more of a plot going to it, rather than just skits. But that's just me. Again, that might have been what they're going for. And now, if you're Catholic and have no sense of humor about your religion, this isn't your movie. I mean, they don't really kick it or knock it or a whole lot, but it is poking a lot of fun at the nun lifestyle. So there's that. I mean, the Catholic League crapped on Aubrey Plaza for this.
Told that the church, the Catholic Church, not so happy with the film?
They haven't even seen it yet. So maybe they should wait and see it before they get angry. But yeah,
We brought a this is an actual movie poster. We didn't doctor this. This is a movie poster. It is trash, pure trash, the Catholic League.
And, it's... it is what it is. If you have, a sense of humor about it, it's a lot of fun and poke some humor at that. But if you, don't want people to make fun of any religions, this isn't your movie. And if you're a big, staunch, Catholic, this isn't your movie. If you have a little bit, even if you're Catholic and you just have a sense of humor about, the nun lifestyle, I think you'll find it very funny. But like I said, it all depends. And like a comedy, it's all, relative. And like most comedies, I really don't have many spoilers. It's pretty straightforward. So I'm actually going to skip the spoiler sections and we're just going to jump right into the wrap-up. So The Little Hours is very fun and I had a good time at it, but make sure you calibrate your expectations past what the trailer gives you. Again, it's a slower comedy. It's not a big laugh riot. But once you know that, I think you could have a lot of fun, and I wholeheartedly enjoyed it. Like I said, everyone brought their A game, and it was a lot of fun. Overall, though, I'd say this is a rental. You should check this out. Once it hits Netflix, or you see it on demand, or at Redbox, you should definitely check this movie out. I had a lot of fun at it. If you do want to see it in theaters, I'm going to put a link below to where you can find where it's playing near you, because it's again, it's a small comedy. But if you want to see something outside the difference, because little off topic, but all Hollywood comedies are fucking dead. Who wanted a sequel to Daddy's Coming Home or whatever the fuck it is, the Mark Wahlberg comedy? And then Jumanji looks terrible. Comedies are fucking dead in the mainstream. So if you want a good comedy, you're going to have to go outside of it, and The Little Hours is where you got to go. So there you go. That's The Little Hours. Let me know if you saw it. Let me know if you had any other thoughts. Let me know if you plan to see it now. But I'm Sexy Matt the Pharaoh Wizard. Until next time, hold on to your hold slots.